So what's going on again, Raider Nation? Welcome back to another episode of the Raider Critique. I am here to go over some points that I forgot to go over last night, and then of course talk about the news that happened earlier today. I missed some game points yesterday, and I greatly apologize about that. I got into rambling about the running backs and rambling about the quarterback situation, which I'm glad I did talk about the quarterback situation, because then it's nice and fresh right here the next day. And I can come in here and talk with you all about it. I don't see anybody in the chat this afternoon, but anyway, salute to all of you, Raider Nation family. Missed game points, man. The one thing that I didn't talk about last night. The fumble. Now, how it escaped me was I started talking about the quarterbacks and started talking about the running backs, and I trailed off. Kind of happens up here sometimes. I didn't get my point out before I jumped onto something different. The fumble was bullshit. That hit was amazing. These safeties, man, and I jumped into talking about the corners and the secondary too, and it was because I was thinking about that hit that caused that fumble, but didn't even mention the damn fumble. That was a miraculous hit, but somehow, some way, the referees blew the whistle. All right, and the play was whistled dead as Webb was taking the ball down the field to score 6 points. Here's my problem with that. Here is my problem with that. They whistled the ball dead, and we got the ball back at the 10-yard line. You know? But if that whistle wouldn't have happened, that would have been an easy 6 points. Putting us way above the Dolphins, it wouldn't have even been as close as 15-13, like what you're seeing on the screen here. It would have probably been more like, I don't know, 18, 19-13, maybe 17-13. You know, it would have looked a little bit better, even though we still did get the win. And it is only preseason, but still, the referees blowing that whistle costed us points. All right, now I remember last year, during a certain playoff game where an inadvertent whistle was blown, they didn't take that play away. They didn't redo that play. So where's the consistency from these referees? Now, I know it's different referee teams, but they all go by the same rule book. And I fucking feel like that I'm always in here talking about the referees year after year after year after year, because it seems like they make up the fucking rules as they go along. Either way, we got the win. The fumble should have never been called back. And if the referees were calling it consistent, then they would have just let us score. Because if we're going by with the rules that they were using last year, all right. Luckily, because we stalled out there toward the end, we were able to get up 15-13, but, you know, Miami had the ball. And they drove down the damn field, putting themselves in field goal range, just to have the kicker that the commentators were talking about how good he was and giving him all that praise all day yesterday, blew it on a field goal hitting the upright. Without that field goal being missed, and then the next play with Britton Brown running up the field for like 16 yards, you know, without that missed field goal, we're not talking about a win here. We're on here talking about a loss. And that's real talk. That's real talk. And it could have very well been screwed over. We could have very well been, again, screwed over by the referees. Luckily, the Dolphins are worse, or their second string and third string is worse than our second string and third string. Although I could have swore I saw Tua in there for the first couple series. I'm telling y'all, man. This is I'm being as biased as I can be. But these referees have got to pull their heads out of their ass. I don't like that fumble, especially with this being in the preseason, man. If these are the types of calls that we're going to have to experience throughout the season, bro. Nah, man. This is going to be an absolute debacle of a referee season ever if these are the calls that we're going to get. And we're going to be bitching all year about them, just like we always are. Now, I hope you guys can't hear that, but it's finally raining in Texas, and it sounds like it's, like, really coming down. Which is good, man, because all of our grass is absolutely yellow. That's how bad it is out here. It's just so dry. But let's get into what I really wanted to talk about. Because today we made a move, and all that talk about the quarterbacks that I did yesterday, all right, it's like somebody was listening. Like, no joke, like somebody was listening to what we were saying because we traded Nick Mullens. We made a trade with the Vikings. The Vikings are to acquire quarterback Nick Mullens. And the completion is going to be pending due to Mullens passing a physical. Now, bro, you guys know how high I was on Mullens. Salute to you, Nick Mullens, man. Didn't get to make it to where you were going to play a regular season game with us, but you were the backup that I was depending on for the simple fact that I do not trust Stidham. I don't trust Stidham. But Nick Mullens has been traded. The Minnesota Vikings announced that the team traded a conditional 7th round pick in 2024 NFL draft to the Las Vegas Raiders in exchange for quarterback Nick Mullens. The completion of this trade is pending Mullens passing a physical. Now, I'm going to read the article here to you, even though it's right here in front of you on screen. But Mullens joins the Vikings via trade from the Las Vegas Raiders, who signed him as a free agent on April 1st of 2022. The fifth-year pro has appeared in 20 career games with 17 starts, completing 407 of 630 attempts for 4,861 yards with 26 touchdowns against 22 picks for a passer rating of 87.3. In 2021, Mullens appeared in one game with the Cleveland Browns, in which he started and compiled a 147.0 passer rating on 20 of 30 passing for 147 yards, 1 touchdown, and no picks. Mullens initially entered the NFL as an undrafted free agent with the San Francisco 49ers in 2017, where he remained through the 2020 season. In addition to the 49ers, Browns, and Raiders, Mullens also had a stint with the Philadelphia Eagles during the 2021 offseason and training camp. Vikings general manager, I guess that would be Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah, was with Mullens in both San Francisco and Cleveland. Now let's go to what he did for us, and this is what I found over here on Fox. He played in 3 games. He didn't start any of those 3 games in preseason. His completion percentage, he went 21 of 29 for a 72.4 completion percentage. 9.7 yards average per throw. And a total of 205 passing yards. And I don't think I can move this over. Yeah, it doesn't look like I can move it over. Maybe I can. Oh, yeah, right there I can. Averaging 68.3 pass yards a game. He had 1 passing touchdown. 34 was his long. He didn't throw a single pick. He was sacked twice for 16 yards with a QBR of 103.4. dude, he was a viable backup. He was a viable backup. And then when we go over here to the Vikings depth chart, we see why they picked him up. He is the 4th on their depth chart now. He will obviously be their number 2 when the season starts. Because when we played him, Sean Mannion and Kelly Mond, even though they did okay, they didn't really impress me too damn much. Nick Mullens was impressive that game. And he played extremely well. Extremely well for us in the preseason. Obviously, it helped him out into getting this job in Minnesota. Because in all actuality, Raider Nation, we weren't going to keep him anyway. Right? We weren't going to keep him anyway. And the reason why I believe that we weren't going to keep him anyway is because we have Jarrett Stidham on the roster. And I don't think McDaniels, regardless on how I feel about it, I don't think McDaniels is going to let go of Stidham. All right? I think Nick Mullens was literally, didn't matter how well he played, even though I was, in hopeful thinking that if he outplayed him, that he would have got the backup position to this job, to this team. Because I want a viable backup. I don't want a backup who's on his fucking back all the time, in case he does have to come in. And that's all I've seen out of Stidham during the preseason. This dude is on his fucking back. He's a statue. But we get a 7th round pick out of him. What's up, Carlos? What's going on, Sebastian? We get a 7th round pick out of Mullens. So that tells me that we're going to do exactly what a lot of us feel that needs to be done. And that's keep Garbers on this roster. Because if it's one thing that Stidham is not, he's not Garbers. Garbers will take off and run. And, Stidham does take off and run sometimes, but, bro, it's like it takes too long for him to make the damn decision on what he's going to do. And that offensive line don't help with Leatherfoot over there on the fucking left side or the right side. Giving up fucking all kinds of shit over there. Making the quarterback run. But I want to reiterate about why it's good to have a viable backup. But what this seems to me to be like, man, this kind of feels like 2016. At least when it comes to the quarterback room. I'm probably going to get a lot of fucking hate for that. All right? And I'm not trying to wish anything in existence. But we've got a backup, just like what we had in McGloin in Stidham, who knows the system, but doesn't play the game very well. And then we have a rookie backing him up as well. Let's just hope that fucking Garbers doesn't go all the way back to the practice squad all season long and the same bullshit happened in 2016. Happened this year, and then we have to rely on those two to get us into the playoffs. I thought Nick Mullens was a viable backup, and for a 7th round pick, couldn't we have got more out of him with as well as he was performing? I mean, I'm glad we got something out of him, but couldn't we have got something better? Maybe an offensive tackle? That would have fucking been ideal. I mean, for real, man. A 7th round pick, he was balling out, and he was a viable backup for us. Regardless on what a lot of these podcasters and other fans have to say, Nick Mullens is a viable backup. And he obviously proved that this preseason because Minnesota went and fucking got him. And went up and straight up pulled him from us. And obviously McDaniels was so in love with Stidham that Nick Mullens was on the chopping block anyway. So what do y'all think, man? What do y'all think? I mean, I don't know on whether I'm speaking absolute true facts, but I'm definitely speaking from the heart. You know what I'm saying? To me, the eye test. You know what I mean? When you see the composure in the pocket in between both Stidham and Mullens, man, Mullens was cool, calm, and collected. And, Stidham to me seems like he freaks out a little bit. But, now with Mullens gone, okay, I'd like to see Chase Garbers take the second spot from Stidham. For real, I don't want to see Garbers going onto the practice squad. I don't. I want Garbers to get as many reps with the actual players who are playing in these NFL games. Not dudes on the practice squad, man. There's levels to this shit. And in order to learn, to test your actual skills as a football athlete, whatever you want to do, you want to go up against the best, right? You want to go up against the best to test your skills. And that's what we're going to want to do with Garbers. That's really all I got. It really dumbfounds the shit out of me that we traded Mullens, but I knew that if we were going to trade a quarterback, it was going to be Mullens. It's not going to be Stidham. In a perfect world, Stidham would have already been gone. So, anyway, I hope y'all have enjoyed this time. I didn't make any backdrops or nothing like that. You know what I mean? And I have been pushing these, so that comes to the portion of the episode where I tell you about the new patches I got in. I still haven't figured out exactly how I'm going to give them away yet. I would like to get some ideas from the Raider Nation first, on how to get these into y'all's hands. I can tell you this, and I'm not, it is what it is. When these things were coming out and everybody was starting to sell them, I'm not going to sell them for that much if I actually do end up selling them. You know what I mean? And, got a Vikings fan in here, man. What's going on? Hey, you guys got a good one, bro. You definitely got a good one in Nick Mullens, at least as far as I'm concerned. You guys got a good quarterback in that dude, so if anything happens to Kirk Cousins, at least you're in good hands. But if I sell those patches, man, I've seen those patches go anywhere from $15 to $20 a patch coming from some people. That's not what you're going to get out of me, dude. To the most I'd sell it to you for would probably be $5. But really, I'm just trying to give them away. You know what I'm saying? Really, I'm just trying to give them away. Because I try to put into the nation. I'm not trying to take nothing out of it. I've already gotten enough out of it. With my integrity, my loyalty, my respect, the Raiders have given me everything to succeed as a human and as a man. So I don't need to take anything else from that. I need to put into it. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, bro, you guys do need help at quarterback. Mannion did not look good, and I think that if I was in the Vikings shoes, if I was in the Vikings front office, yeah, dude, he's gone. I'm keeping Mound. You know what I mean? I'm going to keep Mound, and I'd probably put him third string and have Mullens go there for second string, because let's just be real, man. Mannion don't have it. Mannion's kind of like a Stidham. You guys at least you were smart enough, your front office was smart enough to make the decision to know, okay, these backups ain't going to work. Especially coming from a guy, coming from having to be a backup for a quarterback who, has been injured in the past. So, he looked good last year and he looked good the year before, but I think he suffered from a couple injuries. I don't know. I don't really follow the Vikings all that much, man. Too busy following these Raiders and wondering what the hell the next move's going to be on our front office. But for real, I appreciate everybody for stopping by. For real, if you guys do have any ideas on how to do some giveaways or something like that for these, man, hit your brother up and let him know, bro. But I will take everybody's ideas into consideration and even possibly put them all together to make it all work. Because I've got way too many things on my plate right now to be sitting here fucking trying to figure out how to get rid of those things. I just really want to get it out that these patches can be ironed onto your jerseys. You know what I'm saying? And when you put that patch on, you understand what it stands for. You know what I'm saying? It's all about the Raiders, and it's all about the Raider legacy. Just wear it proud, man. Wear it proud is all I ask. But what do you guys think about this Mullens trade, man? Do you think we should have got more than a 7th round pick out of it? Because I believe he was worth more than a 7th round pick. I mean, I'm sure a lot of you do too. So hit it up in the comments section. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for notifications for more Raider content right here on the Raider Critique, where we don't drink the corporate Kool-Aid, baby. We tell the truth with intensity. And that's what we do here. And if this is your first time here, man, don't let it be your last. Especially if you're another fan from a different team. You know, don't let it be your last, because when we play you, I come in here and I talk a mad ton of shit about your team. Shit that you'll probably want to hear and fucking hit me up for later. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm all about talking that shit, but it's all in love, bro. It's all in love. I'm not trying to really get up underneath your skin. I'm just trying to beef up my shit talking skills. If I'm going to go over to Raider Binge channel and hang out over there Black Saturday, I got to be on top of my game, because those dudes are fucking savage. No joke about that. So anyway, I'm the Raider Critique, man. I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here. And just like I end every video with, brother and sisters of the Raider Nation and everybody else around, fuck your team, dude. It's all about the Raiders. It's Raider Nation for life.